know me, you know that I think it's important to work out every day. And if you really know me, you know that that's a total lie. I do believe in a different kind of working out, though, and that's meditation. I try to meditate as often as possible. Before, I would only meditate when I was stressed, which is like only exercising after you've gained 20 pounds. But now, I realize that meditation is a great way to improve mental health. And there are all kinds of YouTube videos and apps to help you do it. The only thing is, when I use an app for guided meditation, I always start thinking, damn, this voice is sexy. And that's when I stop meditating, get up, go to the door, and yell, no one come in here for the next 15 minutes, I'm meditating, I swear. I swear. Oh my God. The funniest part of this joke was the brown kids scared to laugh because their mom was here. That was the best part. Just, I don't know. No, mommy, I don't understand joke. Now, I know when some people hear about meditation, they immediately roll their eyes. But think of it this way. It's like working out for your brain, which is important in the long run. Because if you're 70 and your brain works, you can do literally anything. But if you're 70 and your brain is broken, the best you can do is become president of the United States. When you're meditating, it's important to find a mantra, which is a word or phrase that you repeat to help you concentrate. And mantras can be so different. Some people keep it simple and just say Om over and over again. But I like to use a quote from an inspirational artist that brings me peace and serenity. So when I meditate, all I think is, work, 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 work. You send me if you work, 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 work. And the thing about mantras, though, I get distracted. Who else gets distracted? I get so distracted when meditating. For example, I actually use a version of my friend Jay Shetty's mantra, and that is, universe, please use me as an instrument for love and light. But then I'll think, but a cool instrument. Maybe a guitar or a drum set. I don't mean to be the clarinet of love and light. No one wants to be the didgeridoo of peace. Or I just make my own adjustment. Instead of universe, please use me as an instrument of love, I change the word universe to Chris Hemsworth. I love when I'm meditating and I reach this place of really deep and wise thought. But then I instantly become pissed that I can't tweet it in that moment. And I know what you're thinking, why don't you just stop and hop on Twitter? I can't do that because Twitter is the polar opposite of meditation. It's hard to be zen with a bunch of people screaming at each other over which K-pop group they die for. And these days, it's been kind of hard for me to meditate because I'm so tired. If I start to meditate, I fall asleep, and y'all, there is nothing relaxing about my dreams. It's always a bunch of spiders writing mean comments on my Instagram. So what helps me focus is listening to music, and I can do that anywhere. Sometimes I'm at the club, you know, feeling a little tipsy at 2 a.m. I can, look at you alcoholics cheering. I can close my eyes and meditate to Bob Marley, you know? Although my friends keep telling me that's not meditating, Lily, you just blacked out, but whatever. Blacked out meditation, potato, potato. These days, I only meditate by myself. I used to do group meditations, but I'm like too competitive for that. I'll see someone entering a place of true peace, and I'm like, I'm about to be like 20 times more zen than you out here. And when it comes to meditation, have you noticed there are two types of people? People who love meditation and people who are mad about people loving meditation. There's some people think meditation is too trendy right now, but I don't think that's a bad thing. No one is saying, oh, I swear, if one more person reduces their anxiety, I'm gonna scream. Meditation becoming a trend isn't annoying. It's not like Visco girls. Trust me, I get it. There are yogis throughout the world who have dedicated their lives to meditation. But their whole mission is to spread awareness of the powers of meditation. They're kind of like Kanye West, but his whole mission is to spread awareness about Kanye West. So, if you want to to meditate at a studio in LA run by some lady named Becky, you do you. If it works, it works. And if that makes you mad, maybe try meditating more. All jokes aside, meditation really works for me, and I strongly encourage you to try it. And I think it'll work for you, especially because there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's kind of like an orgasm. It doesn't matter if you use a video, a partner, or just a really great faucet, as long as you reach that special